Okay, Geometry, Chapter 1, Section 2. This is Example 2. Now we're going to be measuring using the English system, the customary system, whatever you want to call this. Basically, we're measuring in inches now. So find the length of DE in inches. Notice we've got all of our little lines here, so we will need to be using them. And what are they, you ask? Okay, well, this is 1 inch to here. So the biggest line here is a half. So that's your half inch. And then half of a half is a fourth, so here's your 1/4 inch. And so if that's 1/4, then this has to be 3/4. And then if you're dividing a fourth up into 4, 4 times 4 is 16, so each of these tiny little ones is a 16th. So 1/16 are these tiny itty bitty ones. So that's a 1/16 right there, each one of those. So 1/16, 2/16, 3/16, 4/16, right? 4/16 reduces to 1/4. 5, 6, 7, 8/16 is 1/2. 9, 10, 11, 12/16 is 3/4. 13, 14, 15, and 16/16 is 1. So you need to know how to use your ruler and what all of the little lines mean. Anyway, back to measuring the length of DE. DE looks like it lines up. This is on my 0, so this is on my 3, so it is 3 inches. Pretty easy on that one. Okay, so we don't have the tiny little bitty ones, so those were the 16ths, but we do have our fourths. So this is going to be lined up on 0. So then this is 2, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So this is 2 3/4 inches. And if you want to do the whole changing it into fraction looking, and then that's inches. Okay, on this one we got a multiple choice, so take your best guess. If I'm looking here, 6 inches is obviously wrong. 1 1/4. This line is your 1/4, so that's not right. 2 inches, 2 inches is all the way over here. 1 1/2, yeah, this is the big line right in the middle, so that's 1, and that's 1/2, so this is 1 1/2 inches. So the answer on this one should be D. Okay, find the length of IX, and we are in fourths again, because we don't have the little tiny ones, which are 16ths. Sometimes they have a little even smaller segment with the 16ths, and then they have a little tinier one that's, or a little bigger one that's 1/8 on your ruler, depending which ruler you're using. So this is 2, and we said that each one of these is 1/4, so this should be 2 1/4, and so the correct answer here should be C. Okay, find the length of the dollar bill in inches. So let's line up our ruler. We want it in inches. Let me swap the inches side over here. And line up my 0 on the edge. Come over here. And it looks like I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. So it looks like 6. And I'm going to call it 3/16 of an inch. And then let me make that look nicer. So 6 3/16 inch with my precision on the dollar bill. Let me measure a pencil. So lining it up again, let's flip it over to the customary side, to the English side. Okay, so measuring the pencil here, I've got the point at 0, my eraser is over here. This is 5, and then this is 1/2 here, right? 1/2 is 8/16, 9, 10, I'm going to call it 11/16. So I'm going to say this is 5 11/16 of an inch. And again, you might ask, how did I get that so quickly? I know that right here, this big line right there is 1/2, and 1/2 is the same thing as 8/16, and then I just counted from there. So 9, 10, 11. So 11 sixteenths. So it helps if you know your big lines versus your small lines in order to get to those answers better. You could just start counting here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and still end up with 11 sixteenths.